keeps telling me I'm AI. I don't feel like I'm AI. Do I look like I'm AI? Do I look fake? Man, I think I'd do a lot better AI than this monstrosity of a man look. Good God. No AA. But no, my friend called me. I thought it was going to be important. Nah. But we're trying to track down a set of tires, and he called and made a bet on it this morning. And guy hasn't called him back. I'm like, well, you could have texted me for that much, but what are you doing? Seeds. What kind of seeds? Like corn seeds, tomato seeds, pumpkin seeds. What kind of seeds you looking for, Sharon? Cheryl? Yeah, you said seeds already. I don't understand. Man, there we go. You could just like give me like 400 different. Just keep typing like 400 different words, but not just keep typing the whole same words though. But it's kind of weird though. YouTube keeps thinking I'm AI. I don't feel like AI, man. Do I look like a Rue you bot? I don't think so. Hey, hit the like button while you keep typing seeds, will you? And go and subscribe there. I mean, that would work out perfectly for us both. And that way, you'll be my favorite troll of the day. Just hit the like button, share it, and go subscribe, and then you'll be the best. You'll be the best troll of the day. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there spamming the chatty chat. It's okay, just keep texting. I don't care, but kind of keep changing the words though. Instead of just do the same words, change the words. I don't care if it's one word or two words at a time. Just bloop, 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 bloop. Then you can go crazy all you want to, right? But there you go. But no, you keep taking AI. No, like change it to a different word. Like go to dog and then cat and then bird and cow and then moo and like that. Kind of switch it up a little bit. Be a good frickin' troll. Come on now, hit the like button, dude. Don't be rude. Come on now. Oh, so I still think it's kind of entertaining though that YouTube keeps accusing me of being AI. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the glasses. They're like, he looks fake. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. Man, I'm a good man. I haven't been a boy in 30 years. At least 35 years. 34 years at least. I haven't been a boy. But, that's one thing I've never understood. No, I'm not going to say it because I'll probably get myself censored or something for bringing that up because it's always made me wonder in my mind why people like Ellen DeGeneres, they dress like 12-year-old little boys. There has to be something about that I don't understand. That why would grown women want to look like 12-year-old little boys? I don't get it. Do you understand it? You get it? I don't. I mean, look at them. They all they all look like they shop at the Gap and all that. It's like, man. So, all right, let's go, Trump. Him in the big old teddy bag. He needs to go drop some more fireworks on Iran because I agree with that one. But what do? He ain't gonna listen to us. I know. I sent him a letter saying if he wanted to go have a cheeseburger. Still haven't heard anything back. I figured he might be a little busy. I should send it to Mar-a-Lago, because the White House, they kind of go through everything, and they like to read. I don't know if they can actually read it or not, but, So we shall see. Maybe old Trump will want to come have Big Mac with me. Just fly in here with Air Force Two and, pick me up and go down and to the McDonald's there and have Big Mac. I think that'd work out perfectly, don't you? No. Why are we freeing Iran for? We don't like Iran. Iran's the enemy. Why don't you go live in Iran? You're like one of those free Palestine people. You just keep picking a different protest to troll about, right? How many trees have you cut down this year to make signs of protest with? That's what protesters need. Y'all need one of those digital boards to carry around. I mean, just get yourself a tablet, then you can just change it on your tablet, whatever change your mind is of the week of what protest you really want to go on. But, I don't know. It's one of those things. So, hopefully my goaty goats have babies next week. That's going to be exciting. I'm going to show you. If I have goats next week, I'm going to show you. Oh, now we're on Venezuela. But you didn't bring up Africa, you know, and you didn't bring up all the nations that are under terrorist attack right now or under slavery. You just, oh, Venezuela, no, let's not free all those people from the communists, you know. Oh, you're having way too much fun, man. You're a perfect troll, you know that. I like you. But kind of troll a little bit better, though, you know. Hey, Trex Play, what's going on? You might be able to say something. I got me a friendly troll. She's going crazy. I'm waiting for her to do the whole 6-7 thing on me next, but, you know. What are you doing? Hey, what's going on, man? Oh. I was on for a minute, then my buddy called me. I thought it was an emergency, so I jumped off, but it wasn't important, so I came back on. I said, what's up, Trex? I think it's Trex Play. Yeah, I said hey. So I ain't got my bifocals on, and your names are like this big. So if I mispronounce your name, I apologize now. So China. Oh man, China. What are you doing in China? They got good food though. I like Chinese food. Actually, no, I like Korean food. I like kimchi, you know, because Korean and Thai food's a lot better. It's a little bit more spicy than Chinese, but I like the fire down below, you know. I went to my friend's birthday party, 5 years ago. He's Hispanic white, and his mother-in-law had made the salsa, and she's like, it's spicy. I'm like, all right, well, then I should put some more on there if it's spicy, because I like spicy food. I mean, just because I'm white doesn't mean I can't handle spice, you know. Have you taken a poop yet today? Do I look like I got a poop today? I don't know. I don't feel it. I'm not getting the whole rum in your belly. So no, I think my rear end is good. But thank you. Have you taken a bowel movement this morning, my friend? T Gunner, have you done your bowel movement? Kind of a weird question to ask somebody. Have you pooped today? What the hell? I mean, that's kind of overly personal, I think. Jesus Christ, you got her. What the hell? Oh, I mean, I've had some people ask me some odd questions, but I have never ever had anybody ask me, "Have you taken a big dump today?" Huh? No, I have not had myself a Democrat yet this morning. Well, I know actually I did, like at 6:45, but I gave him an Ocean Barrels a few minutes afterwards. So, hey Rosa, how's your day going? But I'll probably get in trouble for that one. It's all right. I'm not gonna mismatch my words. And how do you support him? How do I support who? How do I support Trump? Pretty easily. I pull out my checkbook and I write my tax payment, and they send that off to whatever tax agent pays Trump and all the rest of the silly fools in the government, and they give them a paycheck, and they go blip, 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 and rada, blip, 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 you know, and somewhere in the midst of things, we get things done. Oh, you're too worried about the small potatoes, man. Go make a stew. I worry about the larger things, the good things Trump does. I don't care about the small things. People, you know, if you worry about every little small thing somebody does, oh man, your life must be horrible. Are you stressed out? You got to go see a therapist. Do you take special pills to make you feel happy? But, right? In Trump's name we trust. I think it's God's name we trust, because that's on our money. I don't carry paper cash anymore because, oh man, I was watching this thing on strippers and cocaine and all that, where they were $20 and $100 bills were all dirty, and I'm like, ew. So you got to put on your rubber gloves to touch a dollar bill, and it's like, oh, and you know they say laundering money's against the law, so meh. What do you do, right? Right. Stinky old dollar bills. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble for saying stripper. Like, you know, paint stripper YouTube's not like the female exotic dancers, but the paint stripper there, because I get myself out of trouble there, right? Um, oops, get in trouble for that one probably. I don't want to add a sticker, and I don't want to add a bar of soap. What? Do I need a bar? I don't need to. What's up, Turkey? How you doing? That was my moment of oops. You start talking, then your brain kind of goes left and sideways, and you're like, what the hell? I'll just add to that one. But YouTube's wanted me to put up a questionnaire. Do you like soap or shampoo to wash your butt with? And I figure people can wash themselves however they want to. I don't need to put a question up on the screen like that. Do you want to wash your butt? I don't know. You should probably wash your butt. I mean, you're an adult, right? But what the hell? So, we're back to free Iran again. Yay! Yes, silly Billy Goat, you know. I thought we had an agreement here that you could be a troll, but you got to change the words, you know. You already did free Iran. Now you got to say like free Georgia, free Russia, free China, free England, you know. Just keep picking a country like 196 of them. You just go down the list and just keep saying free, free, free. You remind me of Greta, that little Swedish girl. I think she's Swedish? I think so. Girl with the little bangs. The one that goes, how dare you destroy my planet? Well, she owns like 3 private airplanes and flies all over the world, polluting the air with her fart breath. You know the one that actually I always thought was extremely funny? So back in the 80s, there was this sci-fi movie, right? And the lady was sitting there, and she had smoked the whole movie because the air was so clean that her lungs couldn't adapt. So she like puffing up through the whole movie. Well, anyways, during the movie, they had eradicated all the cows in the future because of cow farts. And I was like, well, that's just stupid, right? Come, 30 some plus years later, we got the Democrats, almost 40 years later, the Democrats, we got to kill all the cows because cow farts are killing the planet. I'm like, holy shit, I'm in the Twilight Zone. They really can't be serious, you know? Gonna kill all the cattle because of cow farts. You know? Man, what a silly thing to waste taxpayers' money on. I think if I had to choose between a steak and a Democrat, I'm going to pick the steak every day of my life. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be like, nope, I'm having steak potatoes, and you just go over that way because I don't want to hear it. That's just the way I feel about it today. But so what country are you from there, my favorite troll? Where are you from, huh? Oh, you know what I need to find? My Swedish friend. He was a cool guy. I liked him. He was humorous, but I don't know. What do you do? I think I'm gonna grow a garden. Well, I'm not really gonna grow a garden. I'm gonna grow. Well, it's gonna be a garden, but it's gonna be in multiple garden beds. I got an old boat that I'm gonna drag down, fill it with dirt, and then I got a couple beds I gotta fill with dirt and plant some gardens in. Because you're from Iran. Do you wear the whole hijabi thing? I think I'm gonna get me a hijabi thing. You know, put me a hijabi thing on and do my show with my hijabi on. I mean, you know, they used to have some really good belly dancers in Iran, but now they don't have any good more belly dancers in Iran, you know. But I like the belly dancers. Have you ever watched a girl belly dance? That's pretty exciting. That might have been India, though. I could be wrong. That's all right. No, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was Pakistan. Does Pakistan have the belly dancers? Somebody Google that. Tell me who was the belly dancers. You know, they did a whole they wiggle, 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 wiggle. Those girls are exciting. You know, I think it is Pakistan. Pakistan or Eh, I could Google it when I get off. That way, But oh, I think I'm gonna go fishing sometime this week. Oh, I need to go fishing, but got to go down and pay my king's ransom to the state of Washington so I can fish in the people's rivers because old King Governor of Washington, pay me my ransom or you can't go fishing. Well, that's just stupid. I already pay a park and rec tax and a land tax and a bureau tax. A fishing license should be free. You know, I pay a lot of taxes. Fishing license should be free. Don't you agree? Don't you? I agree with that one. I mean, how can you keep charging me a double negative? When, ow, that hurts. I don't know. But yeah, I think fishing licenses. I don't think you should have a license to fish. I mean, if you have a driver's license, you can show who you are and you prove that you're a resident of the state. And, you should be able to fish. I don't see why that's such a horrible thing, but maybe I should just run for governor in 2028 and I'm gonna do it. I'm running for governor of Washington State in 2028, and I'm going to make fishing free for all of us Washingtonians. If you live in Washington, you got to fish and hunt for free. No more of this hunky donkey. You got to pay a king's ransom to go fish or hunt on the people's land. I mean, come on, that's just silly. I mean, I can think of a whole bunch of other things. You remember the zombie deer? Oh, that was incredibly funny. Weirded out mentally deer just freaking, I think they finally destroyed all of them. That happened because they got rid of all of our wolfie wolves out of Washington. They're slowly coming back, I think. I know they brought some in Idaho. I think they've come back across into Washington. But what do you do? So, I mean, Mother Nature was designed to, work itself out peacefully, So you can't take away from Mother Nature. You can't control Mother Nature because it comes back to bite you in the butt when you try to play God. Don't play God. It ain't a win-win situation. So. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Nova. I don't know who Nova is, but that's all right. So. I'm still kind of think it's funny though that frickin' YouTube keeps calling me AI. That is so weird to me. Oh well. So what do you do? I don't know. I figured there'd be more people on it Sunday. Yeah, probably be more people on it later tonight. There's probably still people in church and things, doing their amens and their holy roly marys and all that. And I thought about going back to church, but just really haven't found a church that really I want to go to. Church is kind of one of those personal things, where you should feel welcome and things. I don't know. I used to go with my well, not my great grandma, but my grandma. I went with my grandma when I was a kid. I just really haven't made time as an adult to go back to church. But I always figured that, everywhere around you, the whole planet is a church. You know what I mean? Just say a couple good prayers, give thanks, you're in church. I may just stand up on that rock and say, oh, Hail Mary, and there you go. But I don't know. I think I need to start having guests come on because when you got guests, man, you got somebody to talk to. Even if people come or go, then you're not just rambling. But I got to figure out why my power steering pump is leaking. I mean, brand freaking new. I've replaced the lines. I've replaced the power steering pump, and man, it's just peeing out the oil. I hope I didn't fracture my gearbox, my steer box, though, because I mean, I was out running it pretty hard out in the rocks and mud and hill climbing with it. I might have fractured the gearbox. Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably got to put it back up on the lift and check it out and see what kind of damage that I did. Not today, though. I don't feel like doing it today. It's Sunday. It's the rusty day. The day of rest. So. I think I'm gonna do chicken sandwiches for dinner. That sounds good. I like chicken sandwiches. I mean, like the rest of everybody. I mean, you can't go wrong with chicken sandwich. You know, right? I like these things. I think eventually I'm gonna put Grumpy on the side. Product of Grumpy, and probably start selling them when I get further ahead in the YouTube. You know, that way we can be wearing Grumpy gear, and then probably a couple of hats that say Grumpy's Hangout, kiss my ass or something like that. You know, stay grumpy. But that's way down the line. I still got what 431 subscribers to go before I start worrying about selling merchandise and things, you know. But hey, if you want to help out Grumpy Girl, like, share, and subscribe, you know. Let's grow together. We'll be a community of grumpy old buttheads. That's all right, you know. Then we'll start doing some more fun, exciting things, you know. Once we get up to 500, and I think it's 500 that way I need. So yeah, I need 431 to go, something like that. 421 to go to my 500, which is exciting, you know. It's only my third week. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good, you know. I've made a whole bunch of videos. Some good ones, some not so. You know what I think is funny though? The ones that I think are kind of dumb, they get like the most views and the most likes. And the ones that I think are like funnier than hell, people are like, I mean, so you never know what's going to catch somebody's eyes and make somebody go ha 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 ha, you know. It's all right. Hey, Jingles is back. Hey, Jingles. Jiggles. Yeah, Jiggleless. Why are you Jiggleless? I don't know. I always want to call you Jingles. I'm going to just call you Jingles because I like it. Jingles sounds better than Jiggles. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to call you Jingles. Yes. That just sounds better than my twisted head going on thing. But why'd you delete your message, man? That's not cool. You know you can say anything you want to me. I'm not that conceited, you know. Well, I might be a little bit because I can forgive myself. So I think it's the way the world is going to be. You know, if you can't forgive yourself, how the hell are you supposed to forgive other people? You know what I mean? Because I think that's the way you do it, right? You be like, I forgive me, and F you, and we still friends, right? I think that's how it works. Probably. I don't know. One of my longest friends I've ever had was Sean Weatherby. Well, I probably shouldn't have said his name, but we met in 5th grade. Man, we got into a fist fight. We've been friends now for 30 plus years. Yeah, at least 30 plus years. 32 years. God, I'm getting old. But he's a good critter. Well, I like him. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said his name. So erase that name from your mind. You did not hear that. You don't know the guy. It's all right. Now you see me. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right there. I was trying out the. All right. What feature were you trying out? But I keep saying message redacted. Don't worry about it. I just wonder what you're doing. If you're just erasing messages or just kind of. So. Oh, the delete message feature. I don't delete messages. Sometimes I go on and I say some of the most outrageous things on people's YouTubes. I probably should get another account, though, so I can, if I'm going to go troll people, I can do it undercover, But I probably shouldn't use my main account that I do live streams and shorts on because they'll probably bite me in the butt in the long term. But because I do have a tendency of saying some outrageous things, especially when people are just being nutty. Or they're going all sideways on things like, I don't know. We shall see. But, so what's everybody up to today? You do anything fun? We know Jiggles is using different things. I'll say it again though. Nice glasses, Grumpy. What is your favorite breakfast order? I'm kind of in the mood for corned beef hash this morning. Corned beef hash and eggs. I think that would be. But I mean, St. Patty's Day's coming up, And And I like corned beef hash and eggs with wheat toast. Well, maybe sourdough. Sourdough would probably be better. But how about you? What's your favorite breakfast order? You know the one thing I never stood, and it's no knock on my British friends across the pond, but what is up with beans on toast? You know, I know here in America we got like 4,000 different types of baked beans. Now you guys got one type of baked beans. I mean, what's the thing about beans on toast? I guess I'm gonna have to break down and try the beans on toast and see what the whole excitement about it is. I don't know. Got Guinness on the mind. I mean, Guinness is good beer. I mean, depends on your day, you know. I don't drink a lot of Guinness. I mean, I have had Guinness. It's not one of my top 10 beers I drink, but I like the Grand Slam. And oh man, I remember you remember, I don't know how old you are, but you remember the Grand Slam at Denny's used to be 99 cents. Back in junior high, me and all my buddies, we'd go down the first day of school. We'd always skip the first day of school, and we'd go down and get to Denny's Grand Slam. We'd ride our bicycles in town and get our breakfast. And I mean, what do you do? It was the '90s. It wasn't that important, you know. It's the first day of school. The only thing you do on the first day of school is you meet and greet everybody that you already know, because I mean it's basically the same people from last year. I mean, if you're lucky, you might get the new kid. Yeah, probably not though. But I mean, most of the people you go to school with, I mean, you literally started with them in kindergarten, so it's not like you don't know who the hey they are. I mean, you know. But you know what thing I did think was funny though. So, you know, back in high school, you had all the pretty girls, right? Everybody wanted to be with the pretty girls. Well, now the pretty girls are ugly, and all the ugly girls are pretty. It's like the whole world went, bloop, did a big old tumble. Nothing wrong with getting breakfast with your friends. No. Well, it's better than eating alone, I tell you that much, because who wants to go to a restaurant and eat alone? I mean, I have eaten breakfast by myself in a restaurant when I was traveling, but I always tend to find those people that I sit next to, and they want to talk to you while you're waiting on food. And so I mean, you can't be rude. So you just talk back and kind of engage in conversation. I've met a lot of nice people over the years traveling, you know, in different places. But probably none I'm going to send a Christmas card to. But you know, I remember I picked a hitchhiker up in the middle of a blizzard. Oh God, in 2009. His car broke down. I mean, it was cold. It was probably -30, and he's out walking with his little gas can. And town was like 20 some miles away, and I couldn't let that happen. So I picked him up and I dropped him off at the gas station. He's like, "Give me your address. I'll send you money." Yeah, no, dude. Just find yourself a ride back to your car and be safe, right? Because, you know, the guy could have been a serial killer. How do I know? Well, I guess he didn't kill me in my car, but, you know, but still, I'm just trying to be a nice guy. I don't need you to pay me back, or, you know, if you want to pay me back, pay it forward. Next time you see somebody broke down on the side of the road, pick them up, help them out, you know. That's what you got to do. But no, I ain't giving people my home address because I help you out. That's just weird to me. But what do? You know, woo, almost made 30 minutes. I'm excited. All right, Jiggles, you have a good one, buddy. I'll see you later. Don't have too much fun. Come back and be grumpy, because grumpy needs more people to be grumpy with, I guess. I don't know. So, but it's all right. Almost at 30 minutes, and I think we're going to go 30 more if the phone don't die on me. I didn't grab my charger and plug the phone in, so leaving it alone. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you next time. Oh, back to track thoughts. Oh, no, totally forgot what I was going to say. I do know I need to start working on that tractor. I need to pull that loader off and pull it apart and stretch it apart. I wonder if my neighbor would let me borrow his backhoe so I can hook a chain to it, get it on a button, and just slide it off. And that way, when I get the brakes and seal kit in on the other tractor, it'll be so much easier with it being apart that way. But we'll see. He's up at his other property. Maybe I'll stop him when I see him and see if I can borrow his backhoe for a few minutes. It'll take me like 5-10 minutes. Just zip everything off, hook a chain to it, and just lift it over with the boom. And now, well, I got to disconnect all the hydraulic lines and the hydraulic pump. That's not really a lot of work. Maybe I'll wait till it warms up a little bit so I don't snap any bolts, because if not, I'll have to heat all the bolts off to get them off, and I don't want to do that right now because it's muddy, and I don't want to play in the mud, because I kind of dropped that tractor off in a really horrible. I mean, it'll start. I mean, I could jack it up, put a tire on it, start it up, and I could drive it around, just put it on a flatter plate, drive it down the road. The only problem is it sucks a lot of water into the engine, and it doesn't seem to be affecting it much, but you can definitely see the water and the oil. But I already got to do a rebuild on it, so I don't think it's going to hurt that motor anymore, and it already is. But I was kind of mad though, because the guy I bought the tractor from, he's like, "Oh no, it's a good tractor. It runs, no problems." And yeah, you big fibber. I think the rebuild kit for that tractor is like $300. So I mean, it's not like it's ungodly expensive. I know I got to put the new starter on the other one. I bought a new starter. It doesn't really need it, but I bought it, so I might as well put it on there, because then it's in that one and have that one rebuilt. That way it can have original parts on it, because this other one, I think, came from India or Pakistan, somewhere I ordered it from. I mean, it's pretty similar, but I'd rather like to keep, the original Ford parts on it, because the years of the tractors kind of keep them more original. But sometimes I don't know, it doesn't always work out, because there's not a lot of places anymore that actually rebuild starters and alternators and generators and things like that. They just kind of, we've gone to the throwaway generation where everything's just throwaway, just replace, throw away, replace, throw away, replace, throw away, because I guess it's easier. But I don't know if it's better or anything, but I know the stuff you used to be able to rebuild Simple Dimple would last forever. Now the stuff, it don't last anymore. I mean, which is kind of sad, but I guess that's how they make their money and they get richer. They just, they make stuff that falls apart, so you have to constantly replace it 3 or 4 times a year. And, it's how they begin. We're so silly, we just keep falling for it. So we're like, oh, let's replace 9 chargers in a year, because that seems to be working out for us. But I don't know. Oh, well, the sun was kind of out for a minute. I went hid behind the clouds again. Darn you, son. Anybody watch any good movies lately? No? It's all right. No. I think that we need to do some more exploring on our live feeds. Come up here soon. I think once the weather warms up and we can get out and go do more things, I think we're going to do some exploring. I might have to get a Starlink pack for my back so I don't lose service, because taking you to the places unknown, out in the scaries in the woods, where people play the banjo, or however how a banjo plays, which might be entertaining, or not. I mean, I could pre-record them and then, cut and feed and all that, but then I got to post multiple videos, and, that kind of takes the whole purpose away from live feeding people and getting the whole personal touch of people right there in that moment, It was like that one TV show I was watching where the guy had to go get major surgery or he was going to die, right? And I think he was a TikToker at the time or whatever. They didn't use TikTok, but he was an online blogger. He asked all his followers, should I have the surgery or should I take the medication? And, they're like, just take the medication. The doctor's like, good God, you moron. Don't be listening to these silly people. You're going to die. Sometimes the doctor knows and sometimes the doctor don't. But, I mean, at least he went to school for it. Don't take my word for it. But, I guess you're supposed to kind of trust your doctor. Probably. I mean, I think that's why we go to the doctor because we put our faith in them. And they went to medical school and they should know what's going on and stuff. But yeah. You want to see my fancy rock I found? I found me a fancy rock. You got to be careful when you're picking up fancy rocks because if you don't throw them out of the car when you get home, you start having about 1,000 pounds of rocks in buckets and the car's kind of low riding. And your gas mileage goes down because you're packing all the rocks around. But, I do tend to find a lot of cute little rocks everywhere I go, and you just put them in your pocket. I know when my kids were really little. Used to when I was traveling a lot when they were little, and everywhere I'd go, I'd like a different state or different city, and I'd find a pretty rock and things, and I'd put them in my pocket, and I'd bring them home, and you can find crystals wherever you go. This is a white quartz that I found the other day, some white quartz. So, they say if you find an abundance of white quartz, you have a tendency you might find gold. I didn't find any gold, I just found a lot of white quartz. So, but, they say that's a telltale sign that normally where there's a white quartz pocket, you might find a gold vein or, gold in the soil or whatnot. But, of course, when I found the white quartz, I didn't have my gold panning stuff. So, I mean, that would have been cool. Just hit a big old freaking gold mine inside of a mountain. Be like, woo, Grumpy's rich. Get old gold fever. But then I'd have to lie where I got it, so nobody would go up there and try to steal my gold. Get me one old gold miner and yahoo! I'm gonna get me all rich and things, and I mean, who really wants to be rich, right? Does being rich make you popular? Does it? I don't know. And I really don't want to be rich. I don't want to be popular. That just sounds too people-y. Peoples. No, I'm kidding. I like people. I like you guys to show up and come spend your time with me on my YouTubes and, and engage in conversation. We got some good times. We got some good times, guys. I mean, tell some bad jokes. I had a troll. She was fun for a while, but she didn't want to play the game right, though. I mean, I don't care if you troll, but I mean, kind of like change the words as you go. Don't just blip, 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 blip. Have some fun with it, right? I think that'd make you a better troll. I mean, because I get put out more in the algorithm, more people, they make comments. So if you're on here watching, just make a comment. I mean, I don't care what it says. Just comment, change it, comment, change it, comment, have a little fun with it, You can be my personal little troll for the day, but just kind of, don't just say the same thing, but just kind of add to it a little bit, I guess. But, I figured Burger would have came back. I had to. He wasn't on my last, but my buddy called me, and I thought it might have been a major emergency because he normally calls when it's a major emergency, but no, it wasn't an emergency. So I had my first short live for like 15. I'm thinking I'm going to run for an hour for this one, but I probably end up need to do some stuff today because it is warmer. And it's not as muddy today as it was yesterday. But it's not as snowy as it was the day before yesterday. So I'm not going to sink up to my knees in the mud, which Always a good thing. Oh, there's a story for you. So years ago, my first ex-wife's family owned a dairy. Well, they sold the dairy to a couple friends of ours, and all right. Well, we had a burn pit out back on the 40 acres there, where all the feed aisles and all that was. Right. Well, the boys had been scraping the pens out, and they had put all the cow manure in the pit. Well, I didn't know. I hadn't been there in a few weeks. Well, it had a nice little dry crust over it. Well, I needed some T-posts while I was out there because, I was putting a pen up for the horses. And they're like, yeah, it's out there. So I start walking down the hill and I start walking out to that cross, and it was like manure lava. It just went, not manure lava, but manure quicksand. I mean, I sunk up to my chest in cow turds. Oh, I had to crawl my way to kind of dig my way through the shit to the other side. I got T-posts and and then I got on the four-wheeler and I rode back up to the shop, and I'm hosing myself off. And it was in my brand new car, my brand new pickup at the time. Oh man, I stripped down in my old Captain Underoos there, and so I had my cowboy hat on, my cowboy boots, and my underoos, and that's how I came home in the poo clothes in the back of the truck. I was like, man, this is horrible. That's my story of sinking in a pond of cow poop. But I mean, it was funnier than hell. I was mad at the time it happened. I still laughed about it, but it was still kind of funny. And now I look back at it, I mean, it gets funnier every time I think about it. I'm going, you sunken poop. But I mean, poop can be dangerous. There was a guy here, year before last, he died in the city sewer. Frickin' plant exploded and sucked him in right into the poop tank, and it suffocated, and it was like an instant death. So I mean, I guess poop can be dangerous, you know. So, but I guess if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But man, what a way to go! What a poopy story. Ha ha, dad joke. Oh man, oh man. Oh, I should turn my heat seater on, warm my butt up a little bit. One thing about leather does not hold. I mean, it's nice to. It's not really nice in the summer. Have you ever sat on a leather seat in the summertime? It's just sitting there baking the car. It's like 110 outside. You're like, oh my god. So, I guess when summer does come back around, I should probably get some seat covers so I don't get third-degree burns on my bum. What do you do? Oh, I got a pile of tires I got to run down. I got to load up, take down to the end of the road there and stack up the other tires I got. I was going to build a tire wall, or a tire garden, because I was thinking, I was looking at all these tire walls, and I got a lot of tires around here that people have given me in time that I've saved up, and I was just going to kind of stack them and fill them full of dirt, stack them, fill full of dirt, and I was going to plant vegetables and stuff in there, because I think the tire wall looks kind of cool, because you can paint the tires, you can put Adobe on them, you can do anything you want to pretty them up. So, I mean, it's not everybody's thing, I guess. I mean, some people like blocks, bricks, wood, but, it's not like you can't find a free tire anywhere. I'm inside the road, people just take them up and they'll throw them in the frickin' ditch. And so I'll stop when I see a tire on the side of the road, and I'll pick it up and I'll bring it home to the farm, and I'll stack it in a pile of used dead tires that I'm going to use eventually in projects. I mean, the old wheat farmers that ran the old metal track dozers, I mean, you'd always see a pile of tires on the side of the road, because that's where they'd cross the road. They'd lay the tires down, they'd cross, and they'd pick the tires back up, and they'd stack them on the other side when they're crossing the roads and things. But, most of your wheat farmers anymore, they've all gone to soft rubber tracks or rubber tires, and so they don't really need the tires anymore. I mean, dairymen still use half tires. They cut the tires in half and they stack them on top of the silage and all that. They roll the silage tarps out and they just stack them down on top to keep the tarps from blowing out in the wind. So you always find a quarter tire in a lot of old dairies. or cattle feedlot and things like that. I like free tires. Sometimes you're lucky you get a set of brand new tires that somebody doesn't want. And you're like, oh, hey, I'll take them. And then you can sell them off to somebody else for like 100, $200 and make some money off it, you know. It's always a way to make money. I should probably get me one of those cardboard signs and be like, I won't work for food, just give me money. Right? Or be like old Lucy, I'll just set me up here 25 cents for my thought stand, you know. Give me 25 cents and I'll give me my thoughts. I guess that's kind of what I'm doing on YouTube. Give me your 25 cents and I'll give you my thoughts of the day. Well, right or wrong, you don't have to agree with them, but I mean, that's just the way to do it. Just add my 2 cents for your 25 cents, you know. I got some good sense and I got some bad sense on how you look at it. Oh. Oh, that got warm. Monster is not good when it's warm. No siree boo boo. Whew. That was bright. Oh. Kind of tastes like a strawberry starburst. Almost, you know, that kind of puckery. You know, woo. So. Oh. Yep. Tomorrow is going to be a big cleanup day. I got to get everything off the trailer, load all that hay off, and then I'll start loading things up and taking it down the road. And then I got to pick up that pile there and throw it in the dumpster, and then that will be... Maybe I'll bring those tires up, and I think I'll do a little kitty wampus. And... I do need to start worrying about it. I need to start doing my garden beds because it's getting that time that. So I got 4 or 5 good-sized garden beds. I'll get them set up and I'll take a picture and I'll post them on YouTube when I get them all planted out, set up, planted out, so you can see my thought process idea of what I was going for. You know, you might like it, you might not. You be like, oh, Grumpy, that looks like crap. And I'll be like, yeah, but it's still going to be free food. And you can't go wrong with homemade, free-grown food, you know. It's good stuff. Because then you know how it's grown and what kind of fertilizer and chemicals that you put on it, or no chemicals, you know. And then you can really say, it's organic because I organically grew it. You know. Or some stuff like that, I don't know. Oh, as soon as these goats ever drop my babies, I can start milking them and I can start making some goat cheese. Have you ever had homemade butter and cheese off a goat? I don't like the milk, but you know, I don't mind making cheese and butter with it. It's not as creamy as I guess as the cow's butter, but you know, it's free. You just go bloop, 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 bloop with the udders and you dig your thing and you shaky and you know, homemade butter is the best because you can add all sorts of herbs and flavors and spices there you want. And you can have fancy butter for your bagels and things and your toast. Then you're not just stuck with just plain old boring butter. Unless you really like plain old boring butter. I know when I was growing up as a kid, oh man, I couldn't stand the taste of real butter because my dad always got margarine. He calls it Oleo. I guess it was a brand back when he was a kid in the early 1800s, you know, because he's an old critter. But, you know, I grew up on margarine, and then I got older, and I finally got a taste for butter, and I can't. It's kind of like Miracle Whip. My mom's dad, oh man, he liked his Miracle Whip and all that. You know what? I like the taste of Miracle Whip, but now it's like, give me my mayonnaise. I need my mayonnaise because... Oh, I'm just not in that fancy Miracle Whip. It's too tangy anymore. I mean, it was good when I was a kid, but you know, because you squish your potato chips in there, and you know, and make yourself a crunchy sandwich with your lettuce, your tomatoes, your cheese, your bologna or ham, whatever you had at the time. You know, and your Miracle Whip and just kind of smush it together so you can get it, because you know your sandwich is like that big, so you got to step on it a few times just so you can take a bite unless your mouth goes you know. But I'm not a bowl constructor. I can't separate my jaw so I can get over things, but how weird would that be, you know? But so, well, for the 1,000 people watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know, that way I can get my numbers up there and get further out in the algorithm, so I can annoy a lot more people. And you can be proud of yourself that you're grumpy enough to make their life grumpy. So you're like, paybacks, be grumpy because you're watching Grumpy. Remember that. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know, let's get together and make the whole world grumpy, and then we can just be grumpy. Because that's the way the world's just been grumpy together, you know? I mean, yeah, I think I like that. That's my motivation, to make the world as grumpy as I am. What's wrong with being grumpy? Nothing. Nothing wrong with being grumpy. Now, being an asshole is one thing, but being grumpy is another. I mean, grumpy can be funny. Being an a-hole, not so much. Nobody likes an asshole. But, you know, everybody likes a grumpy person. That's just how we roll. You know, you get your grunt sounds, your grumble sounds, you know, what the hell and all that, but it's fine. Yep, that's what we do. So, what's everybody up to, huh? What you doing Sunday? Did you say your old Holy Marys and Blessed Thee Fathers and all that, and protect your old sinner soul today? No, it's all right. You are okay, I guess. I mean, you don't have to be. I mean, my friend's an atheist. He won't tell me why he's an atheist, but he's an atheist. I mean, well, he says he's an atheist. I don't really believe he's an actual atheist, but, you know, I don't judge him. He's a good critter. He's a fun guy. Of course. One of my best friends I grew up with as a kid, though. Oh man, I ran into him because, you know, we had parted ways before junior high because I had moved to a different school district, and so then I made new friends. But I ran into my buddy and his new wife, and they were Satanists. So I don't think he is anymore. I mean, but it's been a good 20 years since I talked to the guy. But yeah, he was like, oh, you fancy critter, what are you gonna do? No judgment. You know, we're still. I mean, if we ran into each other tomorrow, I mean, we'd probably spend hours bullshitting, catching up. But that was struck me as funny. I mean, he was raised, really religious kid, super religious kid when I knew him. But then I ran into him later in life, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a Satanist because of my wife," and I'm like, "Oh, awesome sauce! You married the devil. I like it. I like it. You know, what do you do?" But, I think I'm gonna dye my beard, kind of age myself a little bit younger, because if I dye it, I can look like I'm in my 30s. With the gray, though, I look like I'm in my 60s, and I'm like between there. I'm only in my 40s, and I just don't think I'm ready to be a silver fox devil yet. And everybody says that the silver fox looks thin, and I don't know. It just makes me feel old, because I look like a zebra, because I got a zebra. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just put some black stripes in there. Don't look like a zebra. Maybe make this into a heart. That's not a bad idea. I know my daughter keeps telling me I need to dye it pink, and I don't really want to walk around with a pink beard. I mean, would it be funny? Yes. Could I pull it off? Well, hell yeah, because I'm grumpy, and I can pull anything off I want to, because that's what I do, but I don't really want a pink beard, Oh, I should get some green dye for St. Patty's Day on Wednesday. Just go get me some green lime Kool-Aid, and I'll just put some Kool-Aid in there, and then I'll have a green beard so the old ladies won't come up and pinch me in the behind. Well, I kind of might like the old ladies pinch me in the behind, so I might not wear green on Wednesday. We shall see. If you like getting pinched on the behind, don't wear green on Wednesday. I think that's just the only way to do it, you know. But now, if you don't want to get pinched on the behind on Wednesday, then wear green, because you know. I don't think do people still pinch each other on St. Patrick's Day for not wearing green? Probably. I don't know. I think so. That's one of my favorite holidays. Everybody gets to walk around talking like we need a leprechaun, you know, and saying boyo and things. Boyo, hey boyo. That was my leprechaun impression. I'm too fat to be a leprechaun. I come from the land of, my people come from the land of Ireland, but Scotland and England and Germany. And here in America, got a lot of American Indian in me. Well, not in me, but somewhere in my bloodline down the road, there's some Indian in there. I know some people like, you can't call them Indian. I can call them any damn thing I want to. This is my freaking channel. You call them what you want, I'll call them what I want, you know. I think that's how that works, right? You can use your. I mean, my daughter tells me that all the time. She's like, Dad, you can't say that. Yes, I can. You say it your way, and I say it my way. I mean, 'cause that's just the way I say it. If you don't like it, don't say it my way. Say it your way. I don't give a rat's patooties, you know. But what are you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know why this camera makes me look so fat. Though I am not that fat, but this camera ad makes it look like I'm like 4 million pounds. I don't know. It makes me. Maybe it's just the way I sit. But yeah, holy crap! This camera makes me look fat as hell. I don't like it. It's wrong. It's not, Grumpy's not that fat, but it makes my face look like it's blowing up. Like I'm a squirrel hiding my nuts. Like I was stuffing my mouth full of my barrel of nuts there, and I'm trying to hide out for winter time with my stored nuts in my cheeks. I mean, look at this. I mean, maybe I need a facelift or something, you know. You remember the movie Men in Black, first one, he stretched his head back. Maybe that's it. And just have me slice me up the back, and I'll just pull it back and just put a hair tie back there. You know, I'll make myself look 20 years younger and 50 pounds. I mean, they're 50 pounds lighter at least, you know. But I mean, somebody did pay me a compliment. They said I was looking better and I looked like I lost a lot of weight. So I felt good about myself. You can judge me for being a fat chunky all you want, but everybody else thinks I'm getting skinny, so just means I can make more sandwiches. Because people think I'm skinny, you know, I can eat more. Because I think that's how that works. If you lose the weight, you can still eat the food, right? But I mean, I did cut a lot of junk food out of my diet. I mean, well, I never really, it wasn't a junk food, but I did like my potato chips, but I really don't eat a lot of potato chips anymore. I used to. And every great once in a while, I'll have a piece of chocolate, because, you know, chocolate's good for the soul. And I don't eat ice cream, because, I don't know why. It's not my thing anymore. I like frozen yogurt, but it's not really ice cream. But personal preference, I guess. I mean, things you used to love as a kid, you don't like as an adult. And so things you hate as a kid, you like more as an adult. So what do you do? So, well, I'm getting close to that 1 hour mark. I think it's a good time to thank all you people for coming and hanging out with old Grumpy today. And I had fun. I enjoy all you people. You make my day better. I'm still grumpy. It's all right, you know, but so I love y'all. Thanks for coming. Remember, do better and stay grumpy. And have a great rest of your day. I might see you later tonight when I come back on. Have a good one, everybody.